Have you ever sat in silence after a breakup and realized you didn't just lose them, you lost yourself? You doubt every choice. You question your worth. You don't know if that feeling in your gut is instinct or just leftover fear. You used to trust yourself. Now, even small decisions feel impossible. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, because toxic love doesn't just break your heart. It breaks your inner compass. But here's the truth. You can rebuild it. And today, we're going to talk about exactly how. Hey friends, welcome back to Wisdom Inspired. Today's topic is one that so many people carry quietly: rebuilding trust in yourself after a toxic relationship. Whether you were gaslit, manipulated, guilt-tripped, or made to feel too much, the aftermath is always the same. You're left holding the pieces, wondering if you'll ever trust yourself again. We're going to break it all down: the psychological impacts, the emotional scars, and the real practical steps to help you come home to yourself again. So grab a warm drink or wrap yourself in something soft. This isn't just a video. It's a conversation you were never given space for. Let's begin. Part 1. What toxic love does to your inner voice. Let's get honest. Toxic love doesn't always look like screaming or slamming doors. Sometimes it's quiet. It's backhanded compliments. It's passive-aggressive silence. It's guilt wrapped in concern. It's control disguised as love. And the most dangerous part? It makes you doubt your own perception. That's not an accident. It's called gaslighting, and it's psychological manipulation that makes you question your reality. Example? You say, "I felt hurt when you said that." They say, "You're too sensitive. I didn't mean it like that." You're not just invalidated, you're reprogrammed. Over time, your brain stops believing your instincts. It learns. What I feel might not be real. Maybe I overreact a lot. I better ask them before I make a decision. You lose trust in your gut. Your boundaries blur. You second-guess your yes. You second-guess your no, until everything feels like a test, and you're always failing. So if your inner voice feels shaky or silent, it's not because you're broken. It's because it's been drowned out. Let's talk about how to hear it again. Part 2. Signs you've lost inner trust. Sign 1. You overthink everything, from what to text, to what to wear, to whether or not to speak your mind. You don't trust your choices, so you rehearse and revise everything, even after it's done. Sign 2. You struggle to set boundaries. You want to say no. You need to say no. But the guilt hits so fast you fold, because somewhere along the way, saying no meant losing love. Sign 3. You look for constant reassurance. You ask your friends, your therapist, TikTok even, "Am I overreacting? Was that really wrong?" But the truth is, you already know. You're just afraid of trusting that knowing. Sign 4. You feel disconnected from who you were. Remember when you used to feel bold? When you had ideas, dreams, opinions? Now it feels like all of that got edited out by someone else, slowly. That's not you being too emotional. That's trauma, and it's reversible. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm so stupid," try replacing it with, "I made a mistake and I'm still worthy." Part 3. The science plus strategy of rebuilding trust. Step 1. Acknowledge the breach. Just like a friend who lied to you, you have to recognize that your inner voice wasn't the one that failed. The relationship did. The moment you realize your doubt is a scar, not a flaw, you stop hating yourself for feeling confused. Write this down. I was taught not to trust myself. I am unlearning that. Step 2. Reclaim micro-decisions. Start with the small stuff. Choose your own lunch. Pick a show to watch. Say no when your body says no, even if your brain feels guilty. Every small choice is a rehearsal for bigger trust. And the more you follow through, the more your system starts to believe. We're safe now. We're allowed to choose. Step 3. Get to know your nervous system. You're not indecisive. You're dysregulated. Trauma lives in the body, so when you feel paralyzed or panicked after making a decision, it's your body protecting you from perceived danger. Ground yourself. Touch something cold. Breathe deeply. Move your body. Talk to it. Say, "We're okay. We're not in that relationship anymore." Step 4. Rewrite the script. Most of your inner critic was never your voice. It was theirs, replayed until it sounded like your own. Start replacing it. When you hear, "You're too much," say back, "I'm allowed to be full." When you think, "I don't know what I want," say, "I'm allowed to rediscover what I love." Yes, it feels fake at first, but so did the lies, and they became beliefs. So why not let truth do the same? Healing doesn't sound like fireworks. It sounds like, "I chose this, and I didn't second-guess it." That's self-trust, and you're already rebuilding it. Part 4. A personal reflection. I'll tell you something personal. There was a time I didn't trust a single decision I made. I asked for advice on everything. I apologized even when I wasn't wrong. I convinced myself that love meant walking on eggshells. But the day I chose myself, quietly, with no audience, was the day I started healing. Not because I had it all figured out, but because I finally realized the voice inside me had been right all along, and yours has been too. So here's what I'll leave you with. Rebuilding trust in yourself after toxic love isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself, even when it's hard, even when it's messy. You're not broken. You're remembering, and remembering is the first act of rebellion against everything that made you forget your worth. If this spoke to you, please like, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Inspired. This space is for healing, for hard truths, and for quiet victories, because you deserve to trust yourself again, and I'm so glad you're here.